What's up, guys? This is Dennis with Luke's on Jewelry. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In this video, I'm going to be talking to you about one of the most common questions I get asked from customers, and that is, what's the right chain length for me? And I get it. When you're shopping online, it's hard to picture how a 20-inch compares to a 22 or a 24-inch. So today, we're going to be doing a real side-by-side look at the three most popular rope chain lengths: 20-inch, 22-inch, and 24 inches. All of these are solid sterling silver 925 made in Italy and in the classic 3mm. I'll show you how each one sits on the chest, the type of vibe it gives off, and some tips for picking the right size depending on your style. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which length is right for you. Let's start with a 20-inch rope chain. As you can see, it sits higher on the chest, right around the collarbone. A 20-inch rope can actually give off a bold, powerful look because it surrounds more of the neck and it sits tight. It really works well with the polo shirts or dress shirts where the collar frames the chain and keeps it visible. On average builds, a 20-inch looks very balanced, not too tight, not too low. It allows for presence and style without overwhelming your frame. If you layer a 20-inch chain, works well as a base because it sits right in the middle range where it's visible with different clothing types, including dress shirts. And one of the most benefits of this length, since it drops a little below the collarbone, it moves naturally with your chest, which means more shine, more movement, and more chance to be seen. Next up is the 22-inch rope chain, and honestly, this is the most popular length we sell, and for good reason. The 22-inch sits just below the collarbone, right in the center of the chest area. It gives you that perfect balance, not too short, not too long. For many people, this length feels like the sweet spot. The 22 is versatile, so you can wear it casually with a t-shirt or dress it up under a crew neck or a collared shirt. It's comfortable enough for everyday wear, but it also has enough drop to stand out when you want it to. This is also the length that layers the best. Pairing a 22 with a 24-inch rope chain creates that classic 2-inch staggered look that looks clean and stylish without overlapping. It's one of the most natural combinations when you're starting to build a layering look. Another thing I like about the 22-inch is how it works with different body types. On smaller frames, it drops just far enough to feel relaxed without being overwhelming. On larger frames, it holds that middle ground that still looks proportionate. If you're only going to own one rope chain, the safest bet is the 22-inch. It's a length that works for almost everyone and in almost every situation. Now, let's check out the 24-inch rope chain. This one hangs lower on the chest, giving you a bolder, more laid-back look. It's perfect if you want your chain to stand out a little more, or if you're wearing pendants. A pendant on a 24-inch usually lands right in the center of the chest, which is where most people like it. A 24-inch also shines when it comes to layering. The most common combo is a 22-inch and a 24-inch rope chain. That 2-inch difference creates depth and separation, making each chain visible without tangling together. It's a classic setup that never goes out of style. For guys with broader shoulders or taller frames, a 24-inch often looks more natural because it drapes lower and fills that extra space on the chest. On slimmer frames, it can create contrast, making the chain look more prominent against a simple outfit. Another thing about the 24-inch is movement. Because it hangs lower, it catches more light as it shifts while you're walking or moving around. That natural swing makes the shine of a rope chain even more noticeable. If you already own a shorter length like a 20-inch or a 22, a 24 is a great way to add variety and a fresh style to your collection. Alright, now here's the 20-inch, the 22, and the 24-inch all together side by side. This is where you really see the difference. Notice how the 20-inch sits right around the collarbone, the 22 sits just below it, and the 24 hangs lower on the chest. None of these are wrong. It all comes down to personal style. If you want something bold and close to the neckline, go 20-inch. If you want the classic versatile length, go 22. And if you want a longer statement look or a perfect layering option, go 24 inches. And here are a few quick tips that might help. Layering, stick with a 2-inch difference for the cleanest look, a 20 with a 22 or a 22 with a 24. Now, if you wear pendants, most people prefer a 22 or 24 so the pendant sits right in the center of the chest. And of course, for everyday use, the 22-inch is the way to go. It's versatile, balanced, and works across all outfits. And remember, your personal style and build matter just as much as the measurements. The best chain length is the one you feel the most confident wearing. So that's the full breakdown of the 20, 22, and 24-inch rope chains in sterling silver. If you're not sure, I'd recommend starting with a 22. You really can't go wrong with it. Later on, you can add a 20 or a 24 for layering and different looks. And so guys, I'd love to hear from you. Which length do you think is best? The 20, the 22, or the 24? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And so that's it for this video. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. Much love, respect, and like always, if you haven't already, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and put the fire emoji, the wave emoji in the comments below, just letting me know that you watched this video all the way to the end. I'll see you guys in the next video.